Hey guys, and welcome to Jay's Nest. Today we're going to review the Diaper Rite one size cover. I've had this cover, this specific cover, for over 8 months now, and I want to kind of show you some of the wear and tear on it, how it's worn over time, the pros and cons, and then some of the features of this diaper. I do have a video, like a user guide of how to prep this diaper and how to use it, the different ways that you can use it. I'll link that user guide down below. Now when it comes to cloth diapers, I don't believe that there's any product that's like 100% perfect. And so in reviews, I do like to highlight the pros and the cons. Now this video is a collaboration, it is a paid collaboration, but that doesn't keep me from sharing the pros and the cons of the product. Now these two products I did buy with my own money because I really do like these covers, but let's just get into the features of this diaper, then how I use it, and then at the very end will be kind of the pros and the cons, and then my honest opinion of the diapers. If you just want to skip around to certain information, I'll leave the timestamps down below. Let's get started. So if you look at the tabs on this cover, you'll see that this tab has 3 snaps. This is the waist snap, this is the leg snap, and this is the hip snap. So these snaps adjust the tightness of the diaper. And then on this tab, it has those same 3 snaps, but it has these 2 additional snaps. Now those snaps are called crossover snaps. So if you have a smaller baby, you can just snap it on like that, and it'll give it a nice, tighter fit. Also, if you're like on the go and your baby poops in the diaper or pees in the diaper, you can roll it up and then snap it into place, and it takes up less room in the diaper bag, it takes up less room in the wet bag when you're on the go. I really like the crossover snaps for this reason. So when you open this diaper up, you'll see that there are 2 rows of snaps right here, and that's just where you put the tabs. So that's where you will tighten the waist and the legs and the hip. And then if you look at these snaps right here, this row, and this row, these are the rise settings. So these snaps are what adjust the length of the diaper. So when it's snapped out all the way like this will fit a 35-pound toddler. But if you snap it all the way down like this, to the smallest rise setting, this is where the diaper can fit like an 8-pound baby or a 10-pound baby. Now I have not had this diaper to use on a newborn, so I can't specifically say how well this fits on a smaller baby, but this is advertised to fit from 8 to 35 pounds. So when you open up the inside of the diaper, you'll immediately notice that there are flaps in both the front and in the back of the diaper. And the flaps are really just to hold a flat or a pre-fold into place. This is a receiving blanket. Those little blankets that you get at like baby showers, you can use those as flat cloth diapers. So I just tuck the flat right into those flaps and it holds it right into place. Another cool feature about this diaper is that it has these double leg elastics, which we call double gussets. So there are 2 elastics around the leg, which is really, really nice. It helps with poop explosions, and also it kind of adds like depth to the diaper. It makes it a little deeper, if that makes sense. I just feel like when your baby has a diaper like this, it can fit so much more fluff. Also in the front of the diaper, there is just a tiny bit of elastic right here, kind of helps it dip down a little bit. So this diaper is actually really thick in its TPU, and the TPU is the waterproofing material. So here's one layer, and here's the other layer. It has 2 layers of TPU. So this is really good if you want to use it as a nighttime cover because there's just that extra protection. So now let's talk about how I use this diaper. Now, when it comes to using this diaper, I take a very simplistic approach. I try not to overcomplicate cloth diapering. I have a lot of diapers, so I just pad fold flats. Occasionally I use pre-folds, but I haven't reached for pre-folds in months, honestly. So a flat is just a single layer of fabric, and you fold it down into a rectangle. Now, if you're interested in the specifics of how to do a pad fold, I just made a video a few days ago. I'll link that video down below. So I fold it in half, I fold it in half again, and then I fold it in. Now this receiving blanket is pretty big, so here it is in a pad fold, and then I just tuck it into the flaps, and that's it. This is just how I keep cloth diapering simple. Sometimes my girls do need that stay dry layer, so I take this little fleece liner and I lay it on top. And so that keeps him feeling stay dry, but also it catches most of the poop. And honestly, when it comes to cloth diapering, I am all for making poop cleanup a lot easier. And fleece liners really help with that, in my opinion and in my experience. So I enjoy using fleece liners with these diaper covers just because it makes it a little more simple, makes it a little easier to kind of navigate around the poop. Because the bad thing with covers when it comes to poop is that your baby is gonna poop. And then you might get poop on the gussets and the edges here, and then on like flat diapers specifically, all of these pieces will get poop on it, which can be annoying. So then you have multiple surfaces to get poop off of. But when you have like a fleece liner, it doesn't catch all the poop in my experience, but it catches most of the poop. And so, I don't know. I just personally like using fleece liners with my covers. But yeah, that's how I use these diaper covers. Very simple, uncomplicated. Just fold that flat into a rectangle and then put a fleece liner on it. And that's it. Very simple. All right, so let me get comfy here. Now let's talk about some of the pros and the cons and some of the reasons why I love this diaper and some of the reasons why you might not like this diaper. So first of all, I will say that this diaper is definitely in my top 5 favorite diaper covers. Love the quality of this diaper. I really enjoy how it has this 2 layers of TPU. Now, some people really don't like that. Some people like something that's a little more thin. It does make this diaper a little stiff. It's not as stiff as maybe some other diapers I've tried, but it kind of is a little stiffer because it's thicker, because it has the 2 layers of TPU. There are other brands like Thirsties, have this as an example, that has just 1 layer of TPU, and I can actually see through this because it's so thin. Some people don't like Thirsties because of that, because it is just really, really thin, and sometimes they get leaks straight through the TPU. So I really enjoy that this is 2 layers of TPU. However, I can see how some people wouldn't like it because it is really thick and it's not as breathable as like a 1 layer TPU. So that'll kind of depend on your personal preference when it comes to diaper covers. When it comes to diaper covers, I really enjoy the double leg elastic, the double gusset. That is just like one of my preferred features on diaper covers, is that it has that. It's not make it or break it for me, but that's definitely my first choice when it comes to diaper covers, are these double leg elastics, these double gussets. Now the inside of this diaper has inner flaps, and when I first started cloth diapering, I loved these. So this evolution has been weird. I loved the inner flaps. That was like necessary for me to like the diapers back in like 2015, 2016, 2017. Then I went through a period last year where I hated the inner flaps. So when I first got this diaper, I wasn't enjoying the inner flaps. Now in 2020, I'm feeling neutral about the inner flaps. It's just kind of come full circle. I do still dunk and swish poopy diapers, which is not my favorite way to deal with poop, honestly. But it's neither love nor hate for me. And again, inner flaps are just going to be your personal preference. I used to love them, then I hated them, and now I just feel neutral about them. I do use them. I mainly use the front one. I could go without the back one. Like the back one for me isn't necessary, but I like having the front one because this part right here, this TPU kind of acts as like a tummy panel. So if your baby is a front sleeper, I find that that flap is really, really nice. So I would stick the flat in here like this and not tuck it in the back. And I enjoy using it that way. This flat is a little wonky because it's so big. I will say that I feel like this cover is just a little smaller than some of my other one size covers. It's not the biggest. I do find that sometimes the fit in the front gets a little warped and wonky. But like some of my flats like this are really long. And honestly, I could just modify it to make them shorter. So now it's a little shorter. But I find that, you know, my longer flats don't really fit well in here. And they fit fine in some of my other diaper covers. So this diaper is a little bit shorter in length compared to a few of the other one size covers that I use. I would say this is a cover that I wouldn't necessarily use with a lot of bulky things. I've done that at nighttime before. Sometimes nighttime fluff can get really huge. This isn't my favorite nighttime cover. When it comes to like nighttime, I prefer maybe something like a button super cover or a Thirsty size 2 cover because these are really roomy in the back and they hold a lot of space. I don't necessarily find these amazing to hold a lot of bulk, especially like nighttime bulk. But again, I think that'll just depend on, one, the type of absorbency you're using. You know, like, are you using a fitted diaper with like a flat in it? It'll also depend on the size of your baby. How old is your baby? How big is your baby? Now, I want to show you some of the wear that this diaper has had over the past 8 months. So I'd say I use this diaper probably about once a week since September of last year, and right now it's July. So this diaper looks honestly pristine. The TPU still looks really, really good. There's no wear, there's no holes or scrapes or tears in the TPU. The elastics are looking really good, still extremely stretchy. And the snaps are all good. I haven't ever had any issues with their snaps being weak or with the snaps breaking. So overall, this diaper has worn really, really well. It looks still pristine. And I liked this diaper cover enough to buy 2 more with my own money. So this is genuinely a diaper that I really enjoy. It's definitely something I would recommend. I'll leave all the different websites that you can buy it from currently. So maybe one day in the future they'll expand to more shops, but I'll link all the shops that you can buy this from down below. A few of them are affiliate links and some of them are not. But overall, I really enjoy this diaper. I think if you have a bigger child, this might be a squeeze to get into. I find that this cover is definitely a little smaller than their all-in-one diaper. Sometimes it does give a funky fit in the front. You know, my girls are front wetters, so we put a lot of absorbency in the front, or we fold our flats in a way that there's a lot of absorbency in the front. And sometimes that can cause the front of this diaper to like bow and get a little wonky in the front. Not a deal breaker for me, but that is something to consider. Also, the owner, Ellen, she is super sweet. As a content creator, I really get to see who other content creators are behind the scenes. I also get to see who company owners are behind the scenes. You know, I've worked with a lot of companies in the past and I've really got to see a lot of people's true colors and how they treat people. And honestly, Rite is an amazing company. She's been very patient with me this year because I have just not really been making content this year because of everything that's going on behind the scenes in my home life. Collectively, I've really had to take time to focus on myself this year, focus on my mental health, and really work on healing myself. And so Ellen has had a lot of patience, and for that, I thank you, Ellen. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I know I'm probably not the best content creator to work with because when it comes to deadlines, I haven't been meeting them this year, and I really apologize for that. But these diapers are truly amazing. I really enjoy them. They're definitely in my top 5 favorite diaper covers. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be?